and animals breathe in oxygen and exhale CO2. Plants breathe in CO2. What a combination. What a brilliant God. Make carbohydrates and breathe out oxygen. We feed the plants and the plants feed us. When it is a little bit more CO2, the plants grow bigger, grow faster, grow more. Isn't God something else? That's my God. We feed the plants, and the plants feed us. Researchers ran experiments doubling CO2 from 280 to 600 parts per million on various plants. Increase in wheat, oranges, and pine trees ranged from 41% to 265% by increasing CO2. And right now there are some companies that have a way to contain CO2 and stick it in the ground. Stupid! All wasted money. Amen. More wheat, more oranges, more pine trees. Wow. If Al Gore's misguided efforts to decrease our available CO2 are successful, expects to see a drop in our food production and starvation. We need all the CO2 we can get. Every bit of it. We need it all. Man cannot control the weather, but he can kill millions of people in his vain attempt to do so by limiting or eliminating the fuels we use. How do we have those big farms in America? Harvest combiners, tractors, they use fuel. How would you like to have a shovel or a patchoul like they use in India or in Vietnam to grow rice? Over here, all big machinery, and they all use fuel. Could it mean a time of famine even for us in the United States? Al Gore should have said, fossil fuels have an indispensable role in alleviating hunger, poverty, and extending lifespans. 2. Climate warmth and rise of CO2 bestow many health, environmental, and economic benefits. That is what he should have said. Instead, all that, okay, let's keep going. Granted, the weather can be manipulated in minor ways, such as cloud seeding, but it seems Al Gore's group believes man controls the climate, thus taking God out of the picture. Can you think of somebody else that was trying to take God out of the picture? He wrote a book, I forgot, about 150 years ago. What was his name? He was trying to take God out of the picture. Now we have the same. Can you see why this goes together? Can you see? Why the October-December 2008 article on Answer talks about global warming? Quite a few pages. How does God control our warming and cooling? Scientists have discovered it. Anybody? 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 I think I heard it. It is the sun. The book of Job makes it clear that God alone controls the unpredictable changes in weather. Read Job 36:38. God alone controls. Not this joker and nobody else on earth. God. The God who created this also is in control of the weather. For whom he maketh smaller drops of water. They pour down rain according to the vapor thereof. Which the clouds do drop, and distill upon man abundantly. Job 36, 27, 28. One of those things, read chapter 36, 37, 38. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, forget global warming, hot, cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. You'll just get a picture behind it. It is the same thing. Those that don't believe what the Bible says, believe they must save the planet by whatever means possible. God controls the weather. We must not let Al Gore and the UN to even try. In case you can't understand me, in case you can't read it, hopefully you can see the picture. Climatology is a young science, only 3 to 4 decades old. Very few universities have a school of climatology. It is unfortunate. It has been infected with the disease of global warming, injected by the politics of Al Gore and the UN. Al Gore is more or less a spokesman, I think, but he just became fairly well-to-do with his whatever. 90% of the 2,600 scientists, 2,600 scientists, that Al Gore offers as evidence of scientific consensus on global warming were not qualified. 90%. He should have weeded them out to begin with. One was a climatologist, experts, a plastic surgeon, really knowledgeable about science, about the climate. One hotel administrator, 2 landscape architects, a gynecologist, 7 linguists, and 1 Chinese medicine practitioner. What a bunch of brilliant person to hang your hat on. Now, on the other hand, and that is why I want each one of us to be right